Election season, and we begin in Latin America. Argentina chooses its new president. It is the end of an era, 12 years of Kirchner governments coming to an end. While the hand-picked successor is favored to win, all leading candidates offer change to policies of recent years. CCTV's Joel Richards is live in Buenos Aires. Joel, some are anticipating the results very soon. What can you tell us?
At the moment, we're at a situation where everyone's a winner because there are no results officially, and we're waiting for those to be published. The results should be coming out in any moment now, and it's really towards 11 o'clock local time, which is 2 hours' time, that we should have a clearer idea. But all the camps are saying that they've done very well. Scioli is saying they've a record of votes. Meanwhile, Mauricio Macri, the main opposition candidate, is saying that there will be a runoff. Nonetheless, this has been a historic day of elections in which, as you said, Susan, it is an end of an era as 12 years of Kirchnerism comes to an end here in Argentina. A historic day for Argentina. Across the Atlantic, the national rugby team faced Australia in the World Cup semi-final in England. The typical refreshment for supporters watching this match was off limits. Alcohol is banned on Elections Day in Argentina. A subdued atmosphere then as the game draws to an end. Despite losing to Australia, Argentina have made history at the Rugby World Cup. The question now is who will make political history today. Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner is stepping down. Together with her late husband, Nestor Kirchner, they ran this country for 12 years, overseeing major social change. But Argentina's stumbling economy has been at the centre of these elections. Daniel Scioli, the candidate representing Kirchner's party, promises to maintain many of her social policies while loosening government control of the economy to attract more foreign investment. Likewise, Mauricio Macri, the mayor of Buenos Aires, also says he favours a more open economy. He's trailed Scioli in the polls, but still hopes to take the vote to a second-round runoff in a month's time. The winner must take 40% of the vote with a 10-point advantage. After accusations of fraud in the August local elections, some analysts say unless Scioli wins by a significant margin in the first round, the opposition may challenge his victory.
The real question is, even if he does win on the first round, if he doesn't win with at least 2 or 3% of above 40%, there can be a very serious social crisis because the opposition will say that there was a fraud.
These elections have pit different visions for the country against each other, though some say Argentina is less polarized than some maintain.
And actually what you see in terms of polarization is more the polarization of specific social camps, like journalism, the intellectuals, etc. But it's not of broader public opinion.
Whoever Argentina elects, this campaign marks the end of an era of what's called Kirchnerism, as all three candidates pledge to take the economy in a different direction.
Joel, as you mentioned, Scioli has been leading in the opinion polls and is favored to win. How different is he from the other candidates?
That's right, Susan. Well, he's certainly taken more votes than anyone. As we mentioned, the big question is whether or not this goes to a second round next month. Now, Daniel Scioli has accompanied the Kirchner administration throughout. For the last 12 years, he was Nestor Kirchner's vice president, and he was also he is the current governor of the Buenos Aires province. So he's been very closely aligned to the government. He said that he is the candidate of continuity. His vice president is Carlos Zanini, who has also been one of the key advisors for the Kirchner administration. At the same time, though, he has admitted that the economy needs reworking, and that's really what sets him apart, because essentially many of the candidates have said there have been social advances in the past few years, but the economy needs work, and that's really the key issue here. So just to recap then, the official results are starting to come out. We should have a clear idea of whether or not there will be a runoff in around 2 hours' time, Susan.